It's April. It's day 1 of 30 of the new 30 days to stop the spread, the new shutdown of the U.S. and states that are participating. I'll update you daily on the numbers for the time being. Official coronavirus death toll globally, as of this morning, 876,000. The official death toll, 43,533. In the U.S., we officially have over 188,000 cases and 4,059 deaths. The latest modeling from IHME expects the U.S. death toll to be 93,765. That's updated daily based on actual case data. It will be a difficult month. We knew they would do it, and now it's starting. The next war or battle lines on the disinformation propaganda that is being spread from the factless Trumpist right is to claim that the coronavirus death toll is fake. Now, what's amazing, or maybe not, is that there is a real story about an inaccurate coronavirus death toll. But the story is that the real death toll is probably higher than the official count, not lower. But I'll get to that in a second. Let's go through first what's being said so that we all understand this. First, we had no cases. And because we weren't testing, Donald Trump bragged, we continue to have few cases, and other countries are starting to have more cases. Of course, eventually testing started to ramp up, and the case numbers started to go up, and they started to tell us, well, our case numbers are going to increase artificially quickly because we are doing so much testing. It's still not a reason to be alarmed. Now, that's partially true, but the case number, which is now closing in on 200,000 cases in the U.S., it still understates the real number of cases because not everybody's getting tested. But one thing you can't fake is the death toll, right? Which is now around 4,000. The deaths are deaths no matter how much you are testing, right? Well, maybe or maybe not. There's now a concerted propaganda disinformation effort to claim that the death toll is being exaggerated. How could that possibly be? Well, they say, and I'll show you exactly who they are in a moment, they say that people are actually dying of other stuff, but doctors are lying and saying it was coronavirus. There's a sort of spectrum of the level of crazy that different people are presenting with this, but that's the general idea. Let's look at some examples. Here are Diamond and Silk. Trump loves these two ladies, very, very dangerous propagandists. Take a look.
In a matter of 2 weeks, over 1,000 people supposedly died from the coronavirus. In a 2 weeks time period, over 1,000 people, after being tested positive, have died from the coronavirus. But it took 39 days from January all the way up to February the 29th, I believe. That's
for
Saturday.
the first person.
For the first person to die. Here's another thing.
Come on.
Here's another thing. My president said on March the 24th, Tuesday, this past week, my president said that he would love for America to be back up and running.
I knew this was going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
I knew after he said
Wait.
this was going to happen. Go ahead.
At the time he said it, there was 25,489 cases with 307 deaths. Instantaneously, you had the media calling President Trump out. He wanted open by Easter. He want this open by Easter. Me and you were talking. I said, now watch the numbers of deaths go up.
Right.
Watch everything increase because they wanted to make it look bad.
That's right.
In front of our eyes.
They want to make it look bad. So they are faking the death numbers. Imagine their disbelief. How did 1,000 people die? Well, it's 3,000, it's 4,000. It's called a virus. It grows virally. Going viral comes from this, from how quickly it accelerates. That is the whole origin of the term. This act, by the way, this counts what I just played for you. That counts as political analysis to some people on the right. Donald Trump himself, Don Jr., they love Diamond and Silk. They think that they're brilliant. And this is, of course, so disrespectful and disgusting to the families of the thousands of people who have died here in the United States. Now, here's another example. This is right-wing radio host Mark Levin a very well-known bomb thrower, saying essentially the same thing. I mean, questioning that the death toll is really accurate.
When you look at the mortality rate that they say is a direct result of this virus, they say, then you see the percentage of people who die from the virus going down, as you might imagine. We've talked about this last week. Plus, I cannot find anywhere the definition of what it means to die from this virus. In other words, if I go into the hospital and I already have a very, very bad heart, and I'm not given a whole lot of time, then I get this virus, and it puts me over the edge. Is that counted as dying from heart failure, heart disease, a heart attack, if you have one, or the virus? I don't know.
Mark Levin is acting like this is something unique to the virus, but it's not. I mean, I'll talk to you in a moment, but this is an issue with the flu. This is an issue with AIDS. We'll get to that in a moment. Here's Bill Mitchell, right-wing Trumpist radio host, who tweeted, "How many people are dying from COVID-19? God only knows, literally, but the numbers being reported aren't accurate." So let's talk sense here. Dr. Anthony Fauci has addressed this issue in some recent interviews. This is a respiratory disease. If you die from pneumonia complications and you tested positive for the virus, that's a coronavirus death, and it should be counted as such, not for political purposes, but for tracking purposes, for medical purposes, for epidemiology purposes. It's pneumonia caused by coronavirus. If you have organ failure caused by the virus, you died of the virus, and that's how it should be tracked. So they are now simply saying, nah, you can't believe the death toll. It's literal gaslighting. Now, this is an issue. This was an issue and still is to some degree with AIDS. This is an issue of the flu. It's not unique to coronavirus. There's always this issue of, I mean, listen, is someone literally dying of the flu, or are they dying from pneumonia caused by the flu, or a complication caused by the flu, or, a blood marker insufficiency caused by the flu? It's a flu death, and there's always an issue of whether we're attributing enough deaths to some of these viruses. Now, let me take the opportunity to tell you something else. We probably do have an issue about the number of deaths that's being reported, but the issue is not that we are over-reporting. The real issue is we are under-reporting, because we know that there are people dying of presumptive case of coronavirus. Not all presumptive cases are being counted. Sometimes people don't get tested. You can test them post-mortem to find out if they had the virus, but often it's not being done because the bodies are literally piling up in tragic dystopian fashion. Those should be counted as coronavirus deaths. Many of them are not. So if the death toll can't be trusted, it's because it's too low, not because it's too high. Don't fall for it. Don't let them propagate this nonsense. Today's program is made possible in part by our sponsor, Identity Guard, giving my audience 33% off when you use the link underneath this video. We talk about data breaches on the show. We talk about them too often because they happen too often, and a lot of people underestimate how likely they are to become victims of identity theft as a result of these breaches that take place. And it's a nightmare. The average identity theft victim loses more than $1,300 and 6 months of their life trying to clean the mess up. It's no joke, but what Identity Guard does is monitor the dark web and alert you anytime your social security number, credit card numbers, account numbers, or other personal information are detected in places where criminals share this stuff with each other online. They also detect red flags like changes to your bank accounts or your credit scores, and you'll get an alert as quickly as in a few seconds. If you do become a victim of identity theft, Identity Guard sets you up with a dedicated support team who will take what would normally be a very stressful situation and turn it into something as easy as possible to resolve. And you'll be covered for up to $1 million of reimbursement for stolen funds. Identity Guard plans start at just $8.99 a month. But the David Pakman Show audience will instantly get 33% off by using the link underneath this video. You'll also get access to Identity Guard's browser extension, which protects you from phishing attempts, unsecured websites, other types of attacks just while you're browsing around online. It takes just a few minutes to set up an account. You give them a few pieces of info about yourself and you're good to go. The identity theft headaches are often completely avoidable if you have a service that's protecting you from it and will help you to deal with it if something were to happen. And Identity Guard is the most trusted one out there. It's already affordable, but you'll save an extra 33% when you use my link, which I've put in the description right underneath this video.